There's the green light. Tonight is Thursday night, guitar orchestra night, and we are working on Beatles tunes, and so I am live. Let me go post this over onto the website. Our website is denverguitarorchestra.com, and we are playing our Beatles repertoire tonight. So we have, who knows what we'll get to, but the idea will be All My Loving Blackbird, Here Comes the Sun, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Norwegian Wood, Obladi Oblada, Penny Lane, Something, Strawberry Fields, When I'm 64, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Yesterday. My gosh, we have a lot of music that we're doing these days. So let's figure out what we're doing and see if last week we added 3 songs in, I think, and so we'll see how people are coming along with those, whether they're enjoying playing them or not, and if they're not, what we got to do to fix them. Make sure the link works properly. And sure enough, the guitar meeting number 270. That's crazy. I don't think we would have made 270. We would not have come close to 270 in-person meetings. So I guess there are some. I guess there's some benefits to being locked up for a year. I'm going to go tweet us while people are logging in. Beatles night, exclamation point, https://denverguitarorchestra.com, and that pops up, and then I hit this, and we go over to here, and we go one more, and go into that folder. Double click that, our logo comes up, I hit tweet, and we are on Twitter. Alright, so then we close Twitter down because it serves almost no purpose as far as I can tell. And Elizabeth has made it in. Good evening, Elizabeth. Sounding good, ready to play. Tonight we're going to go off of requests, so if those of you guys logging in, if there's one song you've been working on and you definitely want to play it, make sure I know so that we can put it up toward the top of the list. As you guys know, we usually have a little bit bigger turnout on Thursday nights than the weekday class, but not huge, right? So we really can work on the songs that you guys want to work on, play them through, and so if you have one, let me know early. That way we can see how many different requests we have. Elizabeth, good to see you. Vic is in. Vic and I are spending a lot of time together these days. Vic's becoming a very fine musician. Hopefully, I don't know, Vic, were you a good musician before you ran into me, or have we? Was this something to keep you busy? I guess sometimes I know a lot about where you guys are from and what the weather is like, but I don't necessarily know too much about your deep inner workings. Elizabeth, I know. Elizabeth and I have been friends for many years, so it's always nice to have her participate. Let's see. Elizabeth, something in yesterday? All right. We'll put those on our list. Let me grab a pencil. Where's my pencil? And we will, you know what? Oh, here's a sticky note. Let's see, yesterday, something. So we'll start with something, guys. And we'll go ahead and just get started. And as people log in, they know what to do. They know how this works. So I got something in yesterday on the playlist. Again, everybody, good evening. Good to see all of you. I am still not good. Vic, that cannot possibly be true. I'm still not good, right? That's not how we judge that, right? It's not possible to have spent this much time working this hard on music and not gotten pretty good, Vic. So that's a funny thing. I'm still no good. All right. Evelyn made it in from Ecuador. Hi, Evelyn. Good to see you. It is good to be here. Evelyn, we're just going to go by request tonight. So I've got something in yesterday on the list. Let's grab something first. If there's a song that you have been working on that you want to focus in on, please let me know. And we'll work on it tonight. All right. So last week, Bill noticed that the opening measure of something is not in the same key as the rest of the song. That's just a typo. Everything else in the song looks pretty straightforward. I don't see really any major changes in it. Let's play it through once real slow so we can find anything, those areas that are going to be just mess us up, and then we'll go back through and play it at maybe a little higher speed. So let's play 1 through 9 right now and just see if anything sad is going to happen to us. 1, 2, 3, 4. C7. Sorry. I know how to make a C7, honestly. F chord. Where am I tonight? D chord. A minor. Pinky. Yeah, and I would just slide back from the A minor, just pull your middle finger back. Left chord. And then we'll go back to the top. 0 through 9 and then 1 through 10. So the beginning of this doesn't look, the beginning, the weird chord, of course, and A minor plus G sharp. So you're in your A minor, and then just slide your middle finger back, lower your ring finger. That one's a little weird. Everything else is standard issue right out of the box, right, you guys? I don't see anything else that makes this too sad. The C7 is a little hard to get on, and of course F chord as always. So then let's go into page 2. Look for tragedies there. It switches keys into A, and let's go there. Ready, play. F sharp minor. A chord. D chord. G chord. A chord. C chords. So remember, you gotta hit that 4th string, not the 5th. I keep going after the 5th string. And then back into your C chord. And then the rest of that, the rest of that's the same as the front, I think. Yeah, a little bit different at the end, but all stuff you're already going to be ready for. All right, so I don't see anything too tragic here. I always say that, oh, I got this thing, and then of course I don't, but let's see how it goes. From the top, we'll play down to 9, back up to the top, and then we play to the bottom a little bit faster than what we were doing. The goal here, I think, in ensemble group is never to play fast. It's always to play as close to accurate as you can, looking for those areas where it just ruins your life, right? And then go back later, work on those. And then I was talking with the harmonica class today. When you're working on your own, try to push the tempo, right? When you're working with me, you're stuck with whatever tempo I'm going at, and that teaches you how to work in a duet. But when you're on your own, you want to push that tempo and see how fast you can get something, and then bring it back down to a more reasonable speed. But by playing stuff fast on your own, you learn where your weak spots are, and then you can go focus in on just those areas. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think? I think the arrangement's good. I don't have any moments in there where I'm like, oh, I got to go back and take a look at that, which is not typical of my writing. 23, 24, it feels a little sparse. I left it sparse, but you might think about doing a little bit more dramatic. You could think about doing something a little more dramatic in there. No, don't do that. But it's a little minimalist through that section there, probably more than I might ordinarily do. But I think it works. Isn't that a pretty song? All right. Something. Let's go grab yesterday, guys. If you just, I'm going to use English tonight. If you're just joining us, we're going off a request tonight. So take a look at the list on the website and try to figure out, hey, which songs have I been working on? Which songs would I like to revisit? What songs have I never touched at all and would like to have a reintroduction to? So toss over onto the chat bar which songs you'd like to do. Next up, we're going to do Yesterday. And Elizabeth says, I like that one. I like that one too. I like it because I like something in the sense that you don't have to just hammer the thing. It's not going to hammer you back, right? There's a couple of wanky things in there, like every single song has. But for the most part, it's a pretty decent piece of music that's going to pay you back for the time you put into it. We've done songs in the past where we've worked ourselves to death, and you kind of decide, am I getting out of this what I think I'm getting out of this? And not that one. That's a nice song. All right, Yesterday, remember we have one typo. We have a measure 16. We have a forward repeat bar. That should not be there. Everything else in here that I've done is really personal choice on here. I'm going to flesh out the chords down in measure 9. I'm going to add in a whole bunch of 5s down there. That weirdo D minor at measure 10, where your 6 and then the 7 surrounding it. I'm going to go ahead and add a low A into that. I think it sounds nice that way. All of the tied notes that are on there, I've decided probably should just be tied all the way down, and so I don't. But again, that's really personal choice on that. And so really, just that one typo on there, I think, is about all we've got. So the hard part about this one, and probably when I repost this at some point, when you get to the end of 15, you really have to be right back at measure 1 to get the pickup there. And so it's a little bit too much. So let's give it a try. We've done this a few times, so we won't go over it in detail. Let's just play it through once, and if I do well, we'll call it good. If I do poorly, we'll do it again. 0 through 7, and then go back up to the top. You'll go 1 down to 15, and then you come back up to the top one last time and play to the bottom. So the repeats are not terrible. You just keep coming back to 1. From the top, oh, hey, Pauline, welcome in. My chat bar had stopped working, but okay. Isn't that crazy? I mean, think about how many classes you take, Pauline, and 98% of them work fine, and then all of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever, that something stops and doesn't work. I don't know. We're lucky to have the internet, so that it brings us all together from all over the country, all over the world, with a couple of you. So thank you all for being here, and hopefully this is worth your time, and I will be getting ready to play Yesterday. 1, 2, ready, play. Up to the top. Those F chords are a lot of work, right? And daggone C chord with covering both of those. Every time I get to it, I'm like, oh, come on, please. That's one where you probably lead with your elbow in and drag it in, just to get your fingers more than a decent attack angle and put it in. One of the things I worked on with Alex this week is, boy, let you feel in your elbow. I've always been, because I'm mostly self-trained, always thinking, oh, you got to have no tension in your left arm. But a lot of times it does make a little bit of help to push your elbow out to help you get to lower frets, and then pull it back in to get to those inner frets. And so we were working a lot on leading with your elbow. And while we mostly want it laying here in a placid position, as you're moving around, it makes sense to use those large muscles to help your body a little bit. What else do you want to play, guys? I've got 13 songs on the list and 2 on my request list. So if you don't pick them, I pick them, and who knows what I'll pick the ones we hardly ever play, which may not be the ones you want to do. So if you have the one you want to play, toss it in the chat bar. I love to work on stuff you guys want to work on. Let's go do While We're Waiting, and there's a huge delay on when I say something versus when it shows up in chat. Let's go grab All My Loving, top of the alphabet, and let's just give that a try. I don't think we've played it in a while, but I could be wrong. All My Loving, please. And again, if there's one song or another that you'd like to play, put it in the chat bar. All My Loving, where there's a typo in the repeats, and I will eventually repost that. but the little repeat block up there, it goes 17 through 26, and then that's correct. And then after that, it should say 1 through 14, then 17 through 24. So basically, you're going to play to the bottom of the page, come back up to the top, play through 14, and then you skip 15 and 16. And then we're going to play 17 down through 27. Then we come all the way back up to the top again, play down through 14, skip over to 17, play that section again, and then on that time through, the second time through on the middle part, you skip 25 and 26. Okay, so this has a little bit of chaos going on in the repeats, but the actual notation is correct. Just the only thing that's not correct is the repeat block up at the upper left-hand corner. I got in a hurry, obviously. All right. Oh, Vic and I are agreeing. All my loving. What a nice, nice. Vic and I, we channel one another. She started on piano. I started on piano. She comes every day. I come every day. We're the same. She lives in the town where my relatives live. So the challenge, guys, is that eventually I'm going to go visit my relatives as soon as it's not going to kill me, and I'm going to go knock on Vic's door. Hey Vic, what are you doing? I'm Gary. We know each other. All right, let's play All My Loving. Not too fast. It says 120. I think online we do it a lot slower. At home, you're working on 120, right? You're working on 130 at home and then dialing it back when you get ready to actually play it for somebody. A minor, 1, 2. To the top. Um, that one really would benefit from from a little bit more speed on it. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. So if you can, spend, and you like that song, spend a little bit of time on that and get the speed up a little bit higher. Being in the key of A minor, you have a lot of C's and F's, which tend to slow me down. So those are two of my chords that I just tend to beat me up a little bit. But the rest of it, you probably could start to push the tempo on that just a little bit and turn it into something really nice. Let's go grab Obladi Oblada. Hey, Warren. You're exactly on time, Warren. We have one woman who comes in, who logs in from Australia during the daytime classes, and she has to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to tune in. And so some days she's here and some days she's not. All right, Obladi Oblada. This is kind of a fun one just to strum, and I think we should do that. We hardly ever do that. So let's pretend we're in a guitar jam, okay? And let's pretend I can sing. And if you want to, if you will sing with me, you'll realize what the stress and tragedy that I'm dealing with. Otherwise, play the melody, and if you're really, really feeling tough, play the tough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Desmond has a barrow in the marketplace. Molly is a singer in the band. 2, 3, 4. Desmond says to Molly, girl, I like your face. And Molly says this as she takes him by the hand. 2, 3. Obladi, oblada, life goes on. Bra, la la la, how life goes on. Obladi, oblada, life goes on. Bra, la la la, how life goes on. Whoops, la la la, how life goes on. Back to the top. Desmond takes a trolley to the jewelry store. Buys a 20-carat golden ring. Really? Takes it back to Molly waiting at the door, and he gives it to her as he seems to sing. Obladi, oblada, life goes on. Bra, la la la, how life goes on. Obladi, oblada, life goes on. Bra, la la la, how life goes on. Oops, keep going. In a couple of years, they have built a home, sweet home, with a couple of kids running in the yard of Desmond and Molly Jones. Ha 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 ha, happy ever after in the marketplace. Desmond lets the children lend a hand. Molly stays at home and does her pretty face, and in the evening she's a singer with the band. Obladi, oblada, life goes on. Bra, la la la, how life goes on. Obladi, oblada, life goes on. Bra, la la la, how life goes on. Woohoo! Obviously, I don't know the words, and if you were listening to somebody who would really sing, and obviously your job is just to back them up. Let's just go through it one time through on the tough acts just to see if there's anything there that would be fun to play. Ignore all the repeats. Just take it all the way into the down to the bottom. So grab your D chord and let's just play a little tough acts just to see what it would sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's ignore the repeat. Go forward from 17. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you come in the last time, that 10, 10, 10, 12, that's that high D chord that we use sometimes. Yeah, right. Woohoo. Woohoo. So, I'd say that's a lot of work for not a whole lot of music, and you're all over the fretboard, so you'd have to get pretty much, that's certainly 17 through 23. You're almost going to need to be looking at the fretboard in order to pull that off successfully, because you're 10s and 7s and 3s and 5s, and you're just all over the place, and really hard to keep on top of it. So yeah, kind of a fun song. All right, guys, those of you who are wandered in late, feel free to toss in a song into the chat bar, and we will tackle. I'd like to go to Norwegian Wood. We haven't played that in a couple weeks, and I think it's a lovely tune. It's such a weird song. He goes to the girl's house. They sit on the carpet. They drink wine. She goes to sleep. He sleeps on the couch. In the morning, she wakes up, and so he burns the apartment down. And it's exactly what you would think a song like Norwegian Wood would be about. So we'll take our time through it. We haven't played in a little while, and I'm sure that there's all sorts of tragedies waiting for me, but I've been wanting to play it, and I just haven't had a chance to. So let's see what happens. Here again, I've got the repeat block all kind of messed up there at the top. Instead of 40s, it should say 39s, and the last one, instead of 41, it should say 40. But bottom line is, we play those top 8 measures twice. Then we go into measure 9, and we're going to play all the way down to 39, and then we're going to come back to the top, and we're going to play not to the top, but to number 9, and we're going to play down through 39 again, and then we'll come back one last time. We'll play 9 through 24, and then jump over to the very ending, 40 to the end. So we're essentially playing the top, the very top twice, and then the top part with lyrics, we'll play that 3 times. The middle part twice, and the very bottom part just 1 time. So the repeats are a little overwhelming, but I'll help you through it. Okay, so the first 8 measures twice. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. That and you're like, oh dear, what am I dealing with here? So it's a bar on 5, 6, 7, 7. So it's your A minor shape on 5. That's all that's going on here. Try not to hit the top string. It'll sound bad. But that's all you're dealing with there is that D minor. Play that. Go. G chord. 2, 3, 2, 3. Sorry, guys, I don't totally blew it. Hit the 7. Just the E minor 7th, instead of a regular both fingers, you just put one finger down. Isn't that cool? It's a cool chord. And then change it to your A7 shape. Back to the top, or measure 9, sorry, go. One last time at the top, measure 9, go. Skip to 40. Okay. The cool part about this song, your A string starts just ringing and sort of just hangs around and sort of just fills in all of that. It's just sort of moving along through there, sort of sneaky. If you can be a little careful about letting your low strings just do their thing, right? Try not to hit them. They'll help you out, boom, giving you that sort of boom, just this ongoing rumble underneath the chording, and it's kind of fun. I haven't necessarily tried it with a claw yet. Might work with a claw as well. So the thing I've been focusing in on claw is trying not to have it so far up the neck here. I'd like to have my plucking hand where the hole is open so that the sound can escape. That's one of the things I've been working on, and it does help. It does. If you're playing down here a little bit, you get quite a bit different timbre out of your guitar than a little higher up. This gives you a softer, prettier tone, but this gives you a little, what I think is maybe a little more guitar-y tone. And that's been true on the metal string guitar as well, is that you just get a little more tighter action up here below the hole, right next to the hole. Maybe my thumb's sort of sneaking into the hole area, but I think, try that out on your guitar and just see if it makes for a decent sound. All right. How about Here Comes the Sun, guys? You guys are not letting me know what you want to play, so you'll play when I feel like playing. Here Comes the Sun. This is one of the easier ones of the group, right? And not that it's easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely easier. And I would say when you're, I hate this ending. Arlo says, try fifth position on this ending, and I may have to go through and rewrite that. Just do what Arlo says. Here Comes the Sun. What was I going to say? Make sure when you're, sitting at home and you're playing tunes and that we gravitate toward mostly the easier ones where we can play them and we're happy. But don't give yourself an opportunity to play some of the tougher ones too. Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Those are all pretty challenging pieces. And you want to always have your stretch piece, the piece you're working on to try to get better, to sort of not make yourself sad, but definitely give yourselves a harder job, as well as playing the ones that are a little more playable. Okay, from the top, 4-beat count in, D chord to get started, and the repeats 1 through 17, so that goes down into page 2, come back up, and then play down again. We will skip 17 the second time through, 18 all the way down to the bottom, almost down to 54. That's a long song. And then you'll come back to 48 and go right back down to finish it out. And so I'll look at that ending piece there, because I know exactly what Arlo was saying. Try the fifth position. The fingering might be a little bit easier. I'm not smart enough to do that on the fly, so I'll sit down and take a look at that this week, hopefully. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. The whole bar, didn't I? 16, and then 18, and then what I've been doing is putting on one middle and pinky here. What have I been doing? Sliding down, and then 032. I've been just surviving that section. I want to put a question mark over that, because I get it right in practice, and then when I come at it new, it's like, what the heck are all these notes? They are right, it's just they're hard to play. And then go to measure 23. 1, 2, 3, 4. Page 3. Gary. Go back to 40 and go. So those weird little runs, 55, I'm going to look at those and see if I can find a different place on the guitar to play. And the open positions are really, really hard to play. I think this little section right before that, what feels like a D major, but it's actually a G major run at 53, 54. That's kind of playable. I don't think that's too bad. But that last section, and I really think section 19 and 20, 21, I think that's so hard to play. And so I'll look for a place further up the neck to play those and see if we move the fingering higher up, but on lower strings, it's maybe a little easier. I think Arlo might be right. I think there's probably an opportunity there. So I will look at that one this weekend and see if I need to do anything with it. Fix. Here comes the sun. And we'll see. Sometimes I can fix it and sometimes I can't. Usually I get it pretty close the first time, and so when I need to fix it, it's like, I don't know what to do. Let's see, what else is on here that we haven't played in a while? We have not done While My Guitar Gently Weeps in a long time, so let's do that one. We did it a lot in the beginning when we first got it, and that's mostly because it's hard and we didn't have anything else playing. Let's give it a try. Let's go visit some of our old hits. And I am still working on Michelle. And what was the other one that I pulled out and started working? Gosh, I can't remember. It's on that computer there. I'd have to look, but we have other things on the way. And again, if there's this particular Beatles song, it doesn't hurt at all to send me a couple of emails. If you've sent me an email once, don't think that I have every email I've ever gotten memorized. So I'd love for you to send me an email and say, hey, can we do something along the lines of, and then insert the name of your favorite Beatles song there. Because I do want to have about 20 of them done, and we've got, I think, 13 or 14 done right now. So there's still plenty of opportunity for you to pick some stuff out. Vic says anything but strawberry. Anything but strawberry. I'll give you one more week, Vic, on strawberry, and then I'm gonna we're gonna zoom, and we're gonna turn the camera on you, and you can run that discussion. No, I'm teasing. Yeah, let's we'll post. We'll try to do strawberry next week. It is obviously the most difficult of the songs I think that we have. I want to play While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and then we'll squish in when I'm 64 right at the end. How about that? From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, guys. What did I do? There it is. Sorry. 8. Yeah, that's that. I for a while I had that almost memorized, and then now I'm like, oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? No, that's the beauty of not playing it every single day. You get to fix it. Anything? Yellow Submarine. That's a fun one. Yellow. Da da dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Yeah, we should do that one. That's a fun one. That's a fun idea, Elizabeth. I'm gonna take a look at that. That and Octopus's Garden, right? They almost make a nice medley. Let's play When I'm 64, and I'll keep you over a minute or two. If you gotta go, you gotta go. But let's do When I'm 64 if I have it, and we'll make quick work of it. How about that? Let's not play at all of the times. Let's play it 2 times through and call it good. 2 times through. 1 through 30, 1 through 30, 1 through 16. Let's play it 1.5 times through. Play it all the way to 30, as it was the last time through, and then come back and we'll play it 1 through 16, and we'll end on 16 on the fine. Okay, so 1.5 times through. That way I won't keep you too late. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was a mess. Yeah, so that one's another one that was a little bit all over the neck, right? I've just seen a face. Oh, I like that song too. I've just seen a face. Nice. Okay. All right. Any other requests? I'll see what I can do to get some stuff put together for you. Like I said, goal about 20 Beatles songs should be plenty. Those of you who are here locally, probably this is what we're going to be doing when we get back together, is playing a Beatles concert of some sort. And obviously those of you guys who are here locally want to be thinking of a solo to go with that. And of course, as you know, when we do a concert, I don't care what you bring to that, as long as you bring something that you're proud of. And those of you guys who aren't local, as we start getting back into real life and I'm starting to figure out the technology over at the center and all that stuff, we'll make sure that there is an online component to that as well, so that you can just continue on being a part of this orchestra. And if you're here playing at level 4, 9 of you tonight, sometimes we breeze up to 12 or 16 of you. The thought process is you do not need to play tough acts on everything. When we get into ensemble, playing melody and playing chords are the two big jobs that have to get done. And so when we get ready to be in person and face to face, frankly, the stuff we're doing here is way more difficult than what we'll be doing as an ensemble. And so obviously then I add in some arpeggio picking, and we do what we try to make it as interesting as possible. We add in a few more lines. So if you're here, I would be thinking, you know what, I'm gonna hang with that thing, especially resume builder, right? I'm a member of the Denver Guitar Orchestra, and we can change that word to whatever the name of your town is. The Cuenca Guitar Orchestra, if there isn't already one. But no, just say you're a member of the Guitar Orchestra, because none of you guys need to build your resumes at this point. But I do think as we get into coming back to be face-to-face a little bit, that's going to give us an opportunity to play in new ways that we haven't done in the past. And that's, as you guys know, that's my thing. I don't really care if you're a great guitarist or a terrible guitarist. I care that you're pushing yourself to learn new ways and new techniques and new styles and new this and new that. And I would say, you know, even if you're a newer player, playing melody, always a critical issue of, can you play melody in time with somebody else? And that's what we're working on here. Do you know all your chords? Some of these chords are tough. When you see F chord and C, I can tell you, when I see F chord and C chord, I'm just like, oh gosh, I hate those chords. But you know what? The more I play them, the more they start to be there. And so we just push on through. And so I'm really hopeful. You know, I get my second vaccine here in a couple weeks, and I'm really hopeful that this summer we can at least start experimenting with what it looks like to get back together, and absolutely include an online component to that. And that's why I really, you know, be looking at everything in the program, anywhere where your weaknesses are. Let's figure out how to make those stronger. If that's coming in and listening in on the day classes, or listening to the videos, or playing this more difficult stuff, or for some of you, that's getting a solo together, right? That maybe has nothing to do with anything else we're doing, but that you're going to put a song together that you can play for an audience, either, you know, not necessarily from memory, but that you almost have it memorized type thing. So I would be starting to do that research now. It will be fall before we know it. If everything works out with the world, that we'll be getting back and trying to make something out of this. And I am committed to the long haul for the guitar orchestra, because obviously I'm going to be going to school for guitar and for composing and for music theory and for composition. And I'm going to need some guinea pigs. I'm going to need some lab rats, right? And so the more of you guys that I have around and know what you're doing, we can be looking at, you know, bringing in whatever I happen to be learning in college and drop it into your head as well. So that's the plan, at least for now. Thank you guys for participating always. Let your friends know that there's a kind of a fun way to play guitar. We start off with Frere Jacques. We started that 2 weeks ago, or Brother John in this case. And you know, next week we're killing it with Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And then you guys are here playing this kind of stuff. I mean, this is hard stuff, and requires probably you to practice it a little bit. You can tell I'm not a little rusty on a few of those songs, and I need to go back and study them. So anyway, thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful evening. I am taking a 3-day weekend this weekend, so theoretically then I'll have a day or so to just write music and just relax and get that kind of stuff done, and also a day to not do anything, to not pick up any of these stringed instruments that are sitting around here like a bunch of bad habits. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see some of you on Monday morning for more daytime guitar, and then let's keep up on all of these guitar tunes, Beatles tunes for next Thursday night. Might be the board meeting. Let me double check. Hold on. Nah, it's too early for that, isn't it? Next Thursday we're here again. So next Thursday we're fine. That's the 8th. And so we will be doing that. Be communicative with me about what Beatles tunes you like. And if there's a tune that's kind of like the Beatles but isn't necessarily the Beatles, let's something from the 60s or early 70s that is not John Denver or one of those guys, right? Something that has that Beatles sensibility to it. I'll look at that too. So, all right, guys, that's all I have to say. Vic says, I need to practice. Thanks, Gary. I'm faking level 4. You're not faking level 4. You're working on melody. That's it. And if you can, obviously, after you're done with tonight, then this weekend you're sitting there with the tough act, slowly playing your way through it. So Vic's being hard on herself tonight. Vic, don't do that. Don't do that. You absolutely are a member of level 4. Elizabeth says, love these from the good old days, redone really well. Have a great restful week, and no YouTube for 3 days. That's exactly right. Just not even logging into Google. Elizabeth, yes, you could do some interesting things with Sgt. Pepper. Sgt. Pepper is the name of the album, right? Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. We'll see. I'll take a look at it. Kyla, second for the I've just seen a face. Okay, I've just seen a face. All right, so we'll get that one on the blocks and get it up and running. And so anyway, thank you guys for being here. I'll see you next week.